This is going to be another map drawing video. It's been a while since that. But first I'd like to show you, or I want to do like a shout out for, actually, because my content is now, I started the podcast like 1 year ago. For ASMR on Spotify, you find my content as like released by ASMR as an artist. And so that I have released, but I'm currently working on. There will be at least 5 and I hope 10 albums. So check out Spotify or other music if you want to listen to my content. Like you can find it. So today I will draw the Tamriel. It's been requested a lot for several years. So finally I will try to see if I can make an interesting map. So I see by drawing some light, just so I know where to put all like the shape of the continent, and then I will go on with the lens. Tamriel is a continent on the planet Nern, but I will not the islands of Nern. They're not even known. The shape of all the other. I will focus on Tamriel, the most known continent in this world. Okay. Morrowind to the east. Can't really see anything with this. Maybe I'll use another pencil. Use this white. So I want to include the Somerset Isles. Sea, and then the main continent here, the other side. Bartonfell Island is actually quite small if you compare it to the rest of. So today I have some company here actually. If you hear some sounds you're not familiar with, from James or Justina, who are here visiting this recording session. They are from Arctes, the Center of Architecture and Design. And the reason is that they're having an exhibition right now about ASMR. Weird Sensation Feels Good. It's been open since April, a small piece as part of that exhibition. Now they're making a mini doc about my work, especially my work with this thing right now. So they will be here in the back of this recording. They'll be available to watch from their website and their YouTube channel and their Instagram. And I will put links in the description to. I will also upload it to my channel when it's ready. So it will be ready in maybe in a week or from the moment when I upload this video. Also on the website too, in the description, you can find a virtual version or like a vernissage in April where you can go through some of the works there, and also a video that I made for the exhibition. You still have a month from this. It will be open until November 1st in Stockholm. You can visit. Okay, sketch of the shape of the continent now. Some Lamy pen here, like a calligraphy that I've used in the previous video. I think I used it in the red video. So I'll start in the north using this black ink. So here we have a peninsula, the province. Area here is called the Rothgarja. Now, crossing these mountains and Skyrim. Be careful, so I have room for everything here in the records. We have some kind of inlet, bay. An island. The region called, one of the regions in Skyrim. And this is called the White Coast. We have a quite important river, I guess, starting or ending up to the north. And the Veloti mountain. So it's a white river, it's called, here from the west, and the dark water river from the east. Maybe I can add them. The white river starts here in this peak. Here we have the highest mountain, High Rothgar. I also read somewhere that it was 7,000 steps. Have some more lakes here. We're in the area called the Rift. Honrich or Honrich, not sure how to pronounce it exactly. And go on with the coast. Now we're in Hammerfell and the island of Vardenfell. Quite odd shape here. The peninsula surrounding the inner sea. Here we have a mountain range, Boetias Mountain, here to the north. Here to the south we have the Mefaras Mountains. Mornholt. Here we have a river or inlet. And south of this one, start to enter the marshes and swamps in Black Argonia. So there's a lot to draw here. All the water river systems here in the swamps. There's a little map. It's located here somewhere, the southern part of. Small island. Really big river that more looks like an inlet, or Niven River. The center of Cyrodiil, Heartland. The very center of the continent, the lake, have this island where the imperial cities. Here the Niven River is quite narrow. I guess it's a strategic for defense and such things. Now we're to the south. Cheats. now this really dense province, Valenwood. Some may pronounce it Valenwood. Home of the Bosmere, the wood elves. Here we have something called the Gold Coast, and it's part of Cyrodiil. They have a lot of coast empire. Now Hammerfell. To the north, not exactly north, but to the west continent. And peninsula in the shape of Italy for some reason. Nes Rax. Hammerfell. And here a very vast desert. The Iliaic Bay. Northern parts of the continent like this. To the region between High Rock and Iliaic Bay gets a bit wider. There, the Isle of Balfiera. And this peninsula in the southern parts of High Rock is called, almost at the very southern tip we have Daggerfall. This played a huge role in history. This is called the Silver Bronze Coast here to the west. So finally we have the shape of the main continent, at least. Then of course to include that are located very close to. I mentioned this odd shape before. It's like the surrounding Vardenfell Island. See if I can make an accurate shape for Vardenfell, I guess, in previous games like Morrowind. Or also 3 perhaps, I think so. And there are a lot. I can include some of them, the largest ones, perhaps. We have this interesting island to the north, between Skyrim and Morrowind. It's called the Solstheim, or Solstheim, not sure. So I know that a lot of the Dunmer fled to this island when the Red Mountain here in the center of Varden volcano, turning this land into ash. And I also remember that Skyrim, but they kind of gave it to Morrowind because of that reason, that the Dunmer had to the Dunmer from Morrowind. And there are some islands here called Talvanis Isles. And then we have here, and the mysterious continent to the east, not shown on this map. And if you this map, you will reach Atmora, also another continent where the Nords originally came from. To the west, across the Yokuda, the lost continent that sank into the sea at some where the from red guards that now have settled here, mostly here in Hammerfell. And of course I have to include Somerset Isles. So, the Somerset Isles. Here we have the big island. What did it here? This region is called the Lightning Marsh. And to the south we have the Coral Coast. The Crystal Bay to the west. The Crystal Tower. Something is happening when I use this this surface that I have prepared with some pastels. Sometimes the ink won't stay, or it takes a while before. And the second largest island in this region is called There are a lot of islands. Called Sturk. Here we have the Dominion. In the Abyssinian Sea, we have a lot of small islands. See? A chain of islands called the chain. Bethany. I think that's called the Thracian Reef. Island here, outside this inlet here. Canarti. In the Iliac Bay, closer to High Rock, or called Stormhaven in High Rock. The coast. I did start to include some rivers, just a couple more. That's an island here as well. But I would like to add another river in Skartaskavi. The Karth River. Leading from Dragontail Mountains here to the between the Silver Coast and I'll also add some resistance here, like marsh, just a few more. So as you can see, it's a really complicated network here of canals. Also here in the Nibinay Basin. Next on this map, I would like to add some mountain ranges. I should use some kind of orange. Maybe white, because a lot of these mountains are covered with snow, I guess. A lot of them are concentrated to the northern. Let's see if I can use this. So we have quite a mountainous region in the north. And I'll zoom in a bit. And then we have the Velothi Mountains, dividing from Morrowind. We have the giraffe between Cyrodiil. Between the rivers, we have this huge mountain, High Rotgar, or actually High Rotgar, on the largest mountain. It's called the Snow. Yep, there are mountains here as well, and the Pale, Winterhold. And the mountain range between Skyrim and it's called the Trwadach Mountains. And we have the Dragontail Mountains, the northeastern part of Hammerfell and the border of Hammerfell and Skyrim. High Rock is also covered with mountains. Here we have the mountain range. Where I guess is located, the Orcs city-state. And of course in Vardenfell we have the Red Mountain, big volcano here. On the Somerset Isles we have the Etonir Mount. And we have some mountain ranges here as well. Like I mentioned, there are Boetias Mountains, the very eastern part of the Mephalas Mountain, to the southwest, the Valus Mountains. So these are basically I'd like to include. Let's go on with some, I guess. I would like to add borders, cities. Maybe these colors to use. Then I'll use the orange for the borders. And I'd like to draw the borders of Tranria. They're not all independent provinces. Quite a few of them are part of the empire. But I'll draw them anyway. So let's start with the border. Right, the Ruadach Mountains. Dragontail Mountains, which continues along the Giral Mountains. You'll pass, located here somewhere, you can pass the mountain range in Skyrim and Cyrodiil. And along can go from like in western towards Windhelm in Skyrim. Let's continue with Morrowind. The rest of Morrowind's border is between Morrowind. And here, between Black Marsh, these marshes, here, Morrowind, and Black Marsh, Cyrodiil. So this entire Nibene. So this is the border between Elsewhere and the border between Elsewhere and Valenwood. Cyrodiil, next to these rivers. In the Colovian Highlands we have the border between Cyrodiil, quite close to here. I think this will be the last one. It's between High Rock. And some cities. Let's start from the south. Lillemot, the southern part of Black Marsh. And here, somewhere, you have Hellstrom, center of the province. In Elsewhere, with Thorvald to the south. To the north. Both of them are quite close to Valenwood. Point out. Fairly nasty. Somerset Isles. I'd like to point out first of all the Oridon Island. And Alinor on the main island here. The Crystal Bay. Can you point out Imperial City, this island. And in Morrowind, Mournhold. Here should be Vivek City. Really read so much about it, but I'm quite sure it doesn't exist anymore, or something happened to it. But I guess it was located on a small island here, in the inner sea. And let's point out Skal, Raven Rock to the south. Here to the northwest of Morrowind, let's point out Black Light. In Sky we have Riften, the southeast. In East March to the east, and we have Winterhold, Dawnstar to the north. In Winterhold divisions. in the reach. Okay. White run. Strategically important, I guess. We'll have control of it. The rebellion Stormcloud, who controls the eastern part of Skyrim, and or the Imperials controlling the west. And we have along the river. We have Helgen close to the Pale Pass here somewhere. In High Rock we have a way. We have Orsinium here somewhere in the mountain. Daggerfall should be located. And I'd like to point out the ancient ruins now, I guess, but it was called. It was one of the greatest elite cities, Elven city. And in Hammerfell, I'd like to point out. Here's some. And I'd like to talk a bit about the 8. The Elder Scrolls lore. 8 or 9 towers, but I guess it often says 8 towers. So if you take a universe, or the Elder Scrolls, then you can see that it's a wheel. The existence, it's a wheel. And spokes. And then we have Nirn, the 9th planet. So these can represent a lot of different things. For example, the deity created the world. Mundus, the world, his world. It's really fascinating. Also quite confusing. Physical part of the world, then we have the physical part, I guess, with the Daedric Oblivion planes. This is called the Orbis wheel. A lot about the 8 towers in Tamriel. The first tower was Adamantia. It's the oldest tower. Located here in the Isle of Alfiera, the Iliac. And the whole kind of originates from here. It's a fantastic tower. No one imitated, copied a lot. Elves, I guess, and men try to create. So it's created by the gods, I guess. There was one of the divines, they divined Oriel. In the process, the world, Mundus, Tamriel, Nirn. At some point, Oriel killed Lorcan. Lorcan, who had fooled the other to create Mundus, and thus limit them into the physical world. And the divines discovered his trick to his heart, Lorcan's heart, from this Adamantia tower here to Vardenfell, and it became a huge volcano. So this is considered the second tower of Tamriel. Part is the stone of the tower. Each tower has a stone associated. To Adamantia, I guess it's a 0 stone, probably. The third could be the Crystal Tower, or Crystal-like Law. Close to Alinor. We have the Altmer, the High Elves. And more to the south here. In the legends, it's called the Altmer, and it could be the continent where all the elves is from. The Aldmer folk, they were the divine. The other elves, and this is the Altmer High Elves, mostly around here. But if we continue with the towers, we have an Imperial City. It's a quite impressive construction, I guess. It was built to mimic the original tower. And we have Greensap Tower in Valenwood. The Greensap Tower is also a Grat oak. It's a great massive oak tree. The Bosmer here can build entire cities in these giant trees, branches, and they can grow them everywhere. An acorn. The Grat oak towers. Then we have the Snow Throat entire continent in Skyrim. It's considered to be one of the 8 towers. So the Red Mountain is the second highest mountain. Snow Throat. Its stone is a cave. Then we have the tower. It was located in this map. The lost continent of Yokoda. So I guess, or I'm not sure. The stone was a sword. Then we have a tower called the Brass Tower. It was created by the dwarves that disappeared from during the Battle of the Red Mountain in the first era series. The old race disappeared. Could have something to do with this, I guess. And then a mix of humanoid golem. And yeah, it's also considered to be one of the towers in the media. There is also the Doomkrag. Speculated that it could be one of the towers as well, with the stone of life. And that's also why I want ruined city of Iroquois located here. As a tower. So maybe it has been one of the towers, but now it's sure about the archaic tower as well. It's interesting, even though I've just scratched the surface about these towers. Now I think I would like to write the provinces on this map, and then I use this. And I actually got some violet ink that I haven't tried yet, but maybe it can be to add another color. Almost black. It doesn't matter. So let's start. And next, forgot to mention, this area here is called, it's a quite a big Guina desert. That's elsewhere, and now Valenwood. next. And next, Morrowind. And Skyrim. High Rock. And Somerset Isles. And I also would like to add Vardenfell. So the map of Tamriel, the asymmetric version, and I'd like to give a shout out to some of the sources that I about this continent, and mostly elderscrolls.fandom.com, the fandom page, and also UESP, the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages on the site. And of course from a lot of YouTube videos, mostly from the channels Fudge Muppet, Imperial Knowledge, Roshan, Avarti, Left Take, probably some more as well. But I'll leave these channels in the description and to the website. And also to Arctes, documentary that will be up in a couple of days or possibly a week or so. The documentary about my work with this video. And yeah, I hope you found this video. Thank you. And for requesting this video. I'm doing research about this. And so thanks to your initially Sleep well.